Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Chris Winter, and in this video I'm going to take a quick look at the specs and preview the brand new Canon 35mm f2.8 macro lens. And guys, if you haven't seen it yet, definitely make sure to check out my brand new list that I just made. The top 5 best lenses for under $350. That link will be in the description box below under this video and you can take a look. But anyway, let's take a look at this 35mm f2.8 macro. So to start off with, let's talk about the focal length of this brand new lens, and as the name suggests, it's a 35mm lens. Now, it's an EFS lens, which means it's going to be made for APS-C cameras like this one right here, the Canon 70D, or even the Canon T6 right here. Now, being just 35mm, of course, that means that this new lens is a prime lens and it won't be able to zoom, but that's common among other macro lenses. Now 35mm is a little bit uncommon of a focal length for macro lenses. They're generally a little bit longer, but being 35mm, it might mean that it's a little bit easier for handheld shots. Now another reason why the 35mm might be good for handheld shots is its inclusion of image stabilization in the lens. I'm really happy to see this in the lens because it makes such a big difference to getting your handheld shots sharp, especially for beginners. When you're shooting macro, even the slightest movement can make a big difference in your shot, so having that IS included is really nice to see. By the way guys, I was thinking about getting this new 35mm lens in for review and testing, so if you'd like to see that, let me know by leaving a thumbs up on this video. Now generally when shooting macro shots, most people tend to manually focus so they can get their focus just right. But an interesting feature on the new 35mm f2.8 is that it includes an STM motor or a stepper motor. Now this means autofocus, especially in video, is going to be really smooth and really cinematic, which is definitely something that I love to see. Now I've used STM lenses such as the 24mm STM, the 40mm STM and the 50mm STM, and they're great. So I'm really happy to see this in the new 35mm. Now it looks like the lens also has full-time manual focus, which is something that I like to see as well. And you know, even though this is a macro specific lens, I can actually see people using this like these other 35mm on a day-to-day basis. Of course, the main feature of this lens is its macro mode, which if you didn't know what that means, it means you can get really close to your subject and take nice detailed photos. The 35mm f2.8 has a minimum focus distance of just 30mm, which is pretty amazing. It will allow you to get some really close photos of things like flowers and insects. I think it'll be interesting to see just how sharp this lens is. Now, I'm not expecting it to blow me out of the water with its sharpness, but I think it'll be a good lens for beginners to intermediates. Now, it'd be hard for me not to mention one of the striking features on this new lens, and that's its inbuilt LED ring on the end of the lens. Now, I've seen these on other lenses before, but not on an EFS lens, and I think this is a nice inclusion, especially being a macro lens. Essentially, this is going to help you light your little subjects, which is critical for macro shots. Now, this probably isn't going to be as good as a dedicated macro lighting setup, nor should it be, but I think it's a nice inclusion. So overall, I'm pretty excited about this new lens. It's kind of nice to see Canon bringing out some new lenses, especially with the inclusion of that STM motor, because I love that autofocus that it produces. Now, if you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely make sure to check out my top 5 list of the best lenses for under $350. That link will be in the description box below under this video and you can take a look. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'm going to go have a coffee and I'll see you next time. Bye.